All right, guys, we got Josh Jacobs here. Cam, you want to go ahead and with the questions?
Yeah, we'll get started. Levi, Mark, and Tashawn.
Hey, Josh. First, I just wanted to ask, obviously, with the new rule changes, you decided to switch to number 8 with the jersey expansion. How much meaning does the number 8 have to you since you have worn it, since your childhood, and how cool will it be for you to be back in that number?
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, I wanted to get it last year, but they wanted to charge me 3.5 for it. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But man, I mean, just all my life, that's the number, I've always worn. It's just the number I feel like it bring out something different in me. Even in college, I feel like I took that leap in that number. So I mean, it's gonna be fun to, see what I could do with it and try to make it a staple.
Out of curiosity, is there any like special attachment as to why you chose 8 even back then?
Honestly, not really, man. I mean, just growing up, that was always just a number that I feel like just always caught my eye. I remember like when I was in Little League, I had got my jersey stolen, and I had like a 30 number, and I was like, man, nah, like I don't know, just something in that 8 just make me feel like a superhero for real.
Hey Josh, obviously this offseason was your first time as a player, being in a position to negotiate your contract. Just from your vantage point, how do you feel like that process went, and ultimately, why did you decide to come back here with the Raiders?
I think it went pretty good. I mean, for both parties, honestly. You know, one of the hardest things in football to do, man, is watch. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least for a guy like me. And so I was itching to get back, man. So just to be able to come and make it make sense for both parties, it was definitely huge.
Uh, Josh, Derrick Henry helped put together that running back group text. Just how did he guide you along in the process? And just as a fellow running back, what do you take away just from his running skills too?
I mean, I don't feel like he really guided me. Just to be honest. I kind of already had my, understanding of what it is and what it wasn't and how everything was going. But I also understood my value. And that was just the main thing for me, was just sticking to, believing in myself and things like that. But man, just Derek, man, just since the day I met him, even in college when he used to come back and train, and you hear all these stories about him at Bama, after having big games, he used to go in and, squat and stuff after the games and stuff like that. Like he always just, was a different breed of a player. And just to see how he is now, man, still, sustaining his success and going out there and, being a guy really for his team for this long. I mean, it's just something that, I want to do, here with the Raiders, just to be able to be the guy and sustain it for a long period of time.
Uh, Josh, what do you think was the most difficult time for you being away? Was it just being away on a daily basis from the team, or what hurt the most in terms of being difficult of staying away?
Really, man. Honestly, if I'm to be honest, man, I don't think staying away was like only thing that's bad. Obviously, is you wanna grind with your guys. Especially knowing that it's a lot of new guys coming in. You want the guys to know who you are and respect what you do, respect your work. And that was just the biggest thing, not being able to have that camaraderie. But I wouldn't say they were just all negative. Being at home allowed me to spend a lot more time with my kids and help my dad, do his diet plans and get in shape and things like that. So, I mean, it was pros and cons on both sides, but at the end of the day, I want to play football. I wanted to be here with the guys, and so I'm just glad it worked out.
Go ahead, Paul.
Hey Josh, you talked about it, you were itching to get back. How did it feel to get out there and kind of scratch that itch today? And then how do you feel physically in terms of just what do you think the plan is for you ramping up and getting ready for that opener? How many carries do you want, and how many carries do you think touches you could get in that opener?
No, physically, I ain't miss a step. So I definitely can say that. The biggest thing that for me really was coming back and mentally, just with the playbook and everything, with the new plays and all of that, I didn't want to be behind. But when I came in, man, today I didn't have no errors. So I mean, I came in today and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember this. So now it's just about stacking days. So to me, man, I mean, we came up with a workout plan to do over the course of while I wasn't here. I mean, when I wasn't here and stuff like that. And I mean, I came in and it didn't feel like I missed a step.
Hey Josh, yeah, I wanted to ask you about how you spent your time away, and then especially I remember last year you credited a lot of how well the season went to your off-season program and kind of switching up some things. Did you do it similarly this year? Make some differences? What was that like?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, ever since last year, I found out what worked for me last year. So it made this year a lot easier, honestly. I still have a full-time chef and all of that type of things. Just like I said, we came up with a workout plan and I just stuck to it. I mean, it was easier too, honestly, because I was just working out at home, with the high school guys back at my old high school, and just being able to mentor them and be around them and show them what it takes, what I'm saying, to get to the next level. I think it was just a fun experience, honestly.
Josh, I know you had a similar situation last year where you were kind of going into a 1 year situation and then expecting to enter free agency after. What did you learn from last season just in terms of compartmentalizing and kind of putting the future aside and just focusing on the present and the job at hand?
I mean, you hear it all the time, but like literally, you just bet on yourself, man. I feel like, man, I say it all the time, but I truly believe in it. You just come in and you work and you do what you're supposed to every day and work every day, and everything else will take care of itself, however it play out. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I believe in. I mean, come in and work every day, and everything else will take care of itself.
Josh, after a career season for you, one of the best in Raider history, what's coming up for the encore, man? I mean, it seemed like you had a chip on your shoulder last year. Is it still there for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said at the end of the year, I feel like it was a lot that I still left on the field. I know that's kind of hard to say with the year I had, but it was a lot I definitely left on the field. And I mean, just to come back and see, the O line another year in the system and seeing how much of an improvement they have made since I came back, man, it's been crazy. It just got me re-excited, honestly.
Josh, I think in professional sports, one way or another, you're going to learn that this is a business, right? And players have to go through that all the time. How do you kind of separate, the business from the professional and the personal? And do you feel like the Raiders did an okay job in making this all kind of about business and understanding that there was no hard feelings or anything like that involved in the negotiations?
I mean, shit, we here. Shit, I mean, I feel like, we made it happen, so it ain't no hard feelings now. I mean, I feel like I said, we made it happen. So it's a clean slate with me. It was never like really just like, no hate on each side. I understood it, but at the same time, I understood my value too. So it was just about meeting in the middle.
Josh, I know one of the things you've talked about and other running backs have talked about is just the position in general and finding better ways to get compensated fairly and more early in their career. I mean, is that something that you're still going to work on? And what do you think can possibly be done?
Yeah, man. I mean, I understand the position in the market, like and things like that, but everybody is. I don't feel like everybody is included in that category. I mean, I feel like it's five guys that's like the guys for their teams, and that you gotta like figure it out for both parties. And so for me, man, it's just about coming in and making plays and showing the versatility and showing that what I bring to the team, and allowing the community and the team to see that, and just hoping for the best, really.
Josh, we spoke with Zamir and with Brandon. They said that they kept in touch with you with them. But what about the new guys on the team? What have you seen from them? There's a lot of weapons that the ball's going to be shared with you and with them. What do you think about them?
Yeah, man. So I kept in contact with a lot of the guys. We in group chats and all of them things. So that wasn't that bad. But seeing a lot of the new guys, even since the draft, I was watching some of the guys even coming out from college, just watching their highlights and watching the preseason games, and seeing a lot of these guys come in. They got a lot of talent, and I was just like, man, I couldn't wait to get in and be able to see it for myself, be able to see the work ethic, let them see my work ethic, and try to put it together.
Last one, Vinny. Last question.
Josh, I know that that's going to take time, but from afar, from your vantage point, seeing some of the moves that the Raiders made, not just offensively but defensively through the draft and free agency. What did you like about what they did? And at first glimpse today, did you see some differences between this year and last year?
Yeah, man, we got a lot faster. Definitely seen that. We definitely got a lot faster. We got a lot of guys that love the game. And we got a lot of guys with high IQs. And that's just the first thing I've noticed. I think I seen Epps make a play today. I was like, damn, he got from one side of the field to the other, and made a play that we thought was a touchdown. So I mean, just to be able to see that, and you know, obviously, you know, Max being the leader that he is on that defense, to see him take another leap. I mean, it's just been crazy to me. It's got me really excited for the season.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.